My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Okay, breaking. The International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So all those chaos they're trying to create is to prevent that from happening. All right, so let's.
I can also confirm today that I have reasonable grounds to believe, on the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023. The crimes include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury.
Okay, some of them I've highlighted, even though YouTube keeps claiming do not show certain things. What happened to World Central Kitchen? Okay, they even bombed the World Central Kitchen truck, even though World Central Kitchen contacted Israel to let them know that they were gonna be in the area. They bombed them anyway.
To body or health or cruel treatment, willful killing or murder, and intentionally directing attacks against a civilian population.
Okay, in response to that, I've seen videos where Canada had sent food because Israel will not let food organization, charities to come in to distribute food like World Central Kitchen. What Canada did, they bring helicopters to drop food in areas. So when those kids were running to go get those foods that were dropped, you have those military people shooting at them. I'm telling you, these people are dangerous, very dangerous. And this is why I was saying, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in one video, but in the video that I'm recording, I said white Americans who the MAGAs, the racists, once African American, black people are gone, you need to think what these people have in store for you. Because if they could do this to human beings, children, what do they have in store for you? Just because it's not you they're doing that to, it will affect you. At some point they will turn on you because they will need someone to blame for their mistreatment of their misdeed or whatever. All right, so let's continue.
As well as crimes against humanity, of extermination and or murder, persecution, and allegations of crimes of committing other inhumane acts. It's alleged that these crimes were committed in the context of the ongoing armed conflict and as part of a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population of Gaza pursuant to a state policy. Unfortunately, these crimes continue to this day.
Yeah. Now they're moving.
My office submit.
They're moving to another country. What's that country? I can't remember of it. They're just bombing people. It's unbelievable.
That these individuals, through a common plan, have systematically deprived the civilian population of Gaza of objects indispensable to human survival. We have reached that conclusion based upon interviews with survivors, many eyewitnesses, experts, from satellite imagery, statements from Israeli officials, including the 2 individuals subject to the present application.
You know what I'm thinking as well? Before Israel started doing these type of things, the way that they've been doing it, and recently, I mean, I'm sure they've probably been doing it, but secretly, but now freely open. YouTube knew. These social media platforms who run these social media, they knew, because I remember, I still have that screenshot. Occasionally I talk about it, where they're warning content creators, do not show kids dying, this and that, whatnot. So they knew, they were prepared for this. If you show them, they're gonna demonetize your channel and whatnot. So yeah, they knew about it.
As well as based upon several hundred authenticated videos, photographs, and audio recordings.
Yep.
Many of which were taken and shared by victims and eyewitnesses themselves.
Okay, I've said in past videos where we need to thank Palestinian for their sacrifice, because they document their death. I saw when it began, where many of these young people on let's say a square, let's say it's a Sunday afternoon, young kids just hanging out, you have these monsters in black uniform shoving them, instigating them. Once they didn't get the response that they wanted from them, retaliation, they didn't get that, so they go into their stores and break their storefront, go inside their restaurant, destroy their livelihood. There's cameras, and I've shared some of them with you, the one that I could. This is barbaric behavior.
This systematic deprivation resulted from a decision to impose a total siege on Gaza by completely closing the 3 border crossing points, Rafah, Kerem Shalom, and Erez, for extended periods of time, and by arbitrarily restricting the transportation of essential supplies, including food and medicine, through the border crossings after they were reopened. The siege, the total siege, also involved cutting off cross-border water pipelines from Israel to Gaza, which is the principal source of clean water.
Yep. What did they do? I've seen that video as well. I think it's a well. They put cement in it. These people are evil. They are evil. Evil to the highest degree of evil. They knew the Palestinians needed that well. What they did, they bring their cement to close it off. My God. So I'm aware of what he's talking about.
For the population in Gaza. It was cut off for prolonged periods beginning on the 9th of October 2023, and it was accompanied by the cutting off or hindering of electricity supplies to Gaza from the 8th of October 2023 until today.
Okay. The thing is that they were waiting for the Trump administration so they could do their nonsense. I mean, American, we are at fault. Well, with the exception of 92%ers. And I remember right after the election, there's a video. I look for it, I can find it. I came across where, Vice President Harris was saying, oh my God, what did we do? What did we just do? Right after the election. So they knew of the plan. Okay.
That conduct took place alongside attacks that killed civilians, including people queuing for food, the obstruction of aid delivery by humanitarian organizations,
Yep, well, Central
and
Kitchen.
attacks on aid workers
Well, Central
that
Kitchen.
forced many of those same humanitarian organizations to either cease operations or limit their life-saving efforts in Gaza.
Okay, not only did they throw a bomb at the World Central Kitchen convoy, You have many of those Israelis stopping those trucks, go in the trucks, throw the food away on the ground, wasting the food. I came across all of these. Okay, all the money, the charities, many of the squatties, non-squatties who are aware of Well Central Kitchen's work, sending money to have those food. Israel, what did they do? They opened the trucks and spill it all over, wasting it.
The tragic effect of the use of starvation as a method of warfare against Gaza's civilian population is acute, it's visible, and it's widely known.
Yep.
And it's confirmed by multiple witnesses and victims, including local and foreign medical doctors. That starvation has caused and continues to cause deaths, malnutrition, dehydration, and profound suffering among the population. Famine is already present in some areas of Gaza, and it is imminent in others. My office charges Netanyahu and Gallant as co-perpetrators and as superiors in the commission of these alleged crimes.
And by the way, Haiti better pay close attention to what had happened to Palestine, because I am seeing residual similar tactic being used in Haiti quietly. It is happening in Haiti right now, slowly but surely, because people are not talking about it. And it really saddened me when I see influencers who maybe they don't know, so I don't want to blame them too much, but because I'm sitting in the comfort of my home. But when I see some people posting the nice things about Haiti, they're having fun at the beach, they're drinking, eating, dancing, showing off their four-wheelers, their motorcycles. These are all good, but there is a micro silent war that they're raging in Haiti right now. They're blaming it on gangs, but it's the talking point that Trump have used in the US to be able to put ICE in the street of America. So Haiti better pay attention, and I hope people, Haitians who are, have good followers, point these things out. It is happening in Haiti right now. They start starving Haitians, okay, because there's one reporting that I came across where I think Trump said, it may not be Trump, I don't remember where I saw it, I might have posted on my community board, where they said they're gonna try to prevent influencers in Haiti from generate money online, and they blame it on gangs. Whenever they're gonna do that things, they blame it on gangs, because this is what most people will be for. Once they know, they put the word gang, violence and all of that, people will go along with it. But technically there might be gangs, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to avoid that, but the gangs are the one who's talking right now, who's controlling the narrative, who's controlling what the rest of the world wants to see Haiti as, okay, is that administration right now. In my humble opinion, the gangs that they claim that are in Haiti, some of them I think this is the defense that they're putting from those how do they call them, people from the foreigners from taking over the country. So they label them as gangs, but I think it's the resistance. I believe, in my humble opinion, they are the resistance that they're giving those foreigners from taking the country over. But I hope overall all Haitians put their brain together to prevent that from happening, because they started already. Also, this is sidetrack. I believe there's some part in Haiti where those cruise ships come, they have their customers when they want to go to Haiti, they go to that part of Haiti. So what I think happened, they're starting to block off Haiti, closing in Haiti. It's one of the nicest area in Haiti where those cruise ships goes and have their customers, people who goes on those cruise ships to go and enjoy the water, the beaches and whatever. Little at a time, they're gonna start moving those fences because there's that area, they close it off. There's fences. Regular Haitian cannot go there. So they're gonna start pushing those fences closer and inward into the country and then squeeze the Haitians within the country and then starve them. All right, this is how it started in Palestine. All right, but anyway, let's get back to the original recording because I'm seeing the same pattern, the same tactic that is happening. They tried one place, it worked. Then if they want another place, they're gonna start it the same way again. It's like a blueprint. They're copying it over and over again. All right, so let's get back to the original recording.
Israel, like all states, has the right to defend its population. It has every right to ensure the return of hostages that have been criminally and callously taken.
Oh, what did they say? Israel had created a law where they will arrest Palestinians and then to kill them. I mean, they're doing exactly what Hitler did to them. This is barbaric. And then they're training their young kids when they come across young Palestinian how to behave. You see them in their school, they're raising their hand to answer the question, how they gonna mistreat Palestinian. What the hell is this? This is a freaking devil of a place. Training young kids how to mistreat another group. Let's continue.
Those rights, however, do not absolve Israel of its obligations to comply with international humanitarian law. Intentionally causing death, starvation, injury, and suffering to the civilian population, including so very many women and children, are criminal means to achieve military and political goals. That's what we allege. As I have repeatedly underlined, since last year in Egypt, in Israel, and in Palestine, and again this year, those who do not comply with the law should not complain later when my office takes action based upon solid evidence.
Wow.
That day has come. Today we underline in the clearest possible fashion that international law and the laws of armed conflict apply to everyone. No foot soldier, no commander, no civilian leader, no one can act with impunity. Nothing on earth can justify willfully depriving human beings, including women and children, babies, the old and the young, of the basic necessities required for life.
Unbelievable.
Nothing on earth can justify hostage taking or the targeting and killing of civilians. The independent judges of this international criminal court are the sole arbiters as to whether the necessary standard for the issuance of warrants of arrest have been met. The judges of the International Criminal Court must be now given the space to do their work and to dispassionately and objectively review the evidence that we have submitted. Should the learned judges approve my applications and issue the requested warrants, I will work closely with the registrar of the court to apprehend the named individuals. I call upon and count on all states, especially state parties to the Rome Statute, to approach this application and the subsequent judicial decision that will be rendered with the same seriousness they have shown in other situations. I also stand ready to work with non-state parties in our common pursuit of justice and accountability. It is critical in this moment that my office and all parts of the court continue to conduct our work with full independence and impartiality. And I insist that all attempts to impede, to intimidate, or to improperly influence the officials of this court cease immediately. My office will not hesitate to act pursuant to the provisions of Article 70 of the Rome Statute if such conduct continues and persists. We will also submit further applications for warrants of arrest if and when we determine, after independent and objective analysis, that the threshold of realistic prospect of conviction has been met. My office is advancing multiple and interconnected additional lines of inquiry, including concerning reports of sexual violence during the 7th of October attacks in Israel, and in relation to the large-scale bombing that has caused and continues to cause so many civilian deaths and injuries and so much suffering in Gaza. I renew my call for all parties to the current conflict to comply with these basic principles of law without any further delay. I also wish to emphasize that the principle of complementarity at the heart of the Rome Statute will continue to be assessed by my office as we take action in relation to the alleged crimes and alleged perpetrators, and as we move forward with other lines of inquiry. But complementarity requires us to defer to national authorities only when they sincerely engage in independent and impartial judicial processes that do not shield suspects from accountability and which are not a sham. It requires thorough investigations at all levels, addressing the policies and actions underlying these applications.
Yeah, this cannot go on. The way these people are
I can also
running,
confirm,
just because their respective countries give them the power, the authority to be the voice for them, and then they carry out this level of crime against humanity. It's uncalled for. And I would not be surprised who's next with what happened in Iran. Those children. This type of behaviors is uncalled for a decent society. We cannot move forward that way. And some videos I recorded today, I did like 4 videos. I spoke about Haiti, what is it, Eric Prince has been hired by Haitian government. They're using drones to kill innocent people. All of these, they need to look after, something needs to be done. Who gave them the authority, 10-year contract, and all they're doing is disturbing the peace of mind of Haitians, but they're blaming in terms of sake of gangs and all of that. All right, I'm not gonna go in the comments. All right, there's that. The lady in the back, I saw it too. All right, so we shall see and wait. And kudos to some of those people who continue putting pressure. The vast population, around the globe saw what was going on. Despite what their respective government was pressuring them, they were water and all of that, they went on the street and said, no, we have to give this to the human spirit. Will not accept that. Otherwise, these people will carry on. And I did say at one point, this is the sacrifice that Palestinians have done. The level of cruelty they endure, and they went through babies. Oh my God, rows and rows of little bodies wrapped up in white sheets. Uncalled for. Uncalled for. May their soul rest in peace, and may these people bring to justice. And the other thing I want to add before I finish this video is that with what we are seeing, the tactic, the level of entrapment, framing people, using kids, entrap them with other human being in order to get to the level to silence people, in order for them to do the cruelties to other people. We need to understand their tactic, what they have done in our lifetime, because they picked up exactly where they left off when the Nazis did their extermination to the Jewish, because it's the same people, they just changed their names, the same behavior. Because I cannot understand why a group of people whose generation, their ancestors went through so much of pain and suffering, and then for them to turn around and do the same thing to another group, it cannot be. So which means these people, those Zionists, are the same group of the Nazis who just switched their name. They hijack the Jewish community, now not say community, religion, I guess, and then they turn it into what we are seeing here. They entrap level of people, of position, of powers, and for them to silence them. And what they have done to America, this is another thing people need to study and make sure that doesn't repeat again. Because when you look in the past history, the US was one of the major countries who helped free to help free the Jews and stuff like that, military wise. And also the role of African Americans in helping free the Jews, because they painted African American in a different way, negatively. But when the survivors of the Holocaust saw African American, it was completely different. So they have a specific narrative for African Americans, and you see what Trump have done. Okay, so all these need to be studied. They all are connected. Okay, so we need to pay attention to what we are seeing here. This is history we are making. You seeing elected officials in the United States voting to merge U.S. military with Israel, who have caused those despicable human act for them to continue get the U.S. involved into this type of crimes. And then the propaganda to lie to the people. All this needs to be studied. And the way the US, this didn't start like that. If you go back to some of my old videos, occasionally I bring different topics where I talk about when I was in high school, after school programs were being cut, things that could have teach young people to do things. All of a sudden, those things have been cut. Jobs been cut, go to other countries, not just China, but different countries. So deprive American from doing skillful stuff. Look at where we are now, what Trump is doing. Okay, so all of these need to be studied, because if we stop it now, okay, the next generation, they're gonna pick up. They're learning, okay? Those evil people, they are learning. Where did they go wrong? Why they didn't kill enough? Because these are the devils. Why they didn't kill enough? Why they didn't reach their goal? So they're learning what they did, they continue doing now. Despite everything that's going on, they continue doing them. So us who are not in the same category of those evildoers, we need to make sure our kids learn where we are now, what we did to stop them, to make sure it doesn't happen again. And also, what did we do to allow this to happen? So both can be learned and be prevented. The good things that we did to stop it, to continue, to reinforce it, to improve on it. But the things that we did to let our guard down, we need to learn that as well. They picked up exactly where they left off after World War II. The same group. They switch their name, pretend they're something else, and then once they get to their goal, frame politician, mistreat kids and all of that to shut them off, because those men who are in power, they know the things that they were doing were wrong. They knew they were wrong. All this, the Epstein file, that's what I'm talking about. They knew their behaviors were wrong, but they did it anyway. So now, in order for the country, for them to do their job, to move the country forward, because of their behavior, they cannot do it. They frame them. I've been saying, even before all of this came out, I knew it had to do with the little black book. So as human beings, we need to learn not to repeat the same mistake. But literally in my lifetime, in the 2020-ish, where they prevent people from reading certain books, burning books, we're repeating the same thing back in the days. Okay, as hard as it is for us to learn what our ancestors did, I'm talking about the white people, I'm not white, but them, they need to understand what their forefathers did. Because the moment I saw the result of the 2020 election, the numbers, 92%, 80%, and all the other group who voted the way that they did, I knew. Because now when they go outside of the country, the way the government that we have now, they feel very embarrassed to tell people they are Americans. I knew it. Go back to some of my old videos. Okay? The numbers speak for itself. Each of these people who voted for the government that we have now, majority of them are white and many of them are Hispanic, and it's very sad other groups, minorities, vote for that. They told you, you want to be in their on their table or in their room, their space. They told you you're not gonna be invited. They're not gonna see you the same way that they see their white counterpart. Many of the whites are ashamed to see this is the way the government is. But the thing is that their behavior, the racism, caused them to vote that way. Are they gonna learn from that type of mentality, that micro aggressions that they have against other groups? You know, all these, they need to look within themselves. Are they learning from it now? So this group of people who voted against the fabric, the foundation of the United States, you have yourselves to blame for. And some of them, I don't think they understand still. Okay, so let's get back to the original recording. All right, so that is it. Thank you for watching. No more videos. That's it. Thanks for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.